Okay, so continue. Blood found in egg. So that's very, very common. So maybe all other things with liver or this package inside of the chicken was not very applicable to us. I mean, to most of us. But this one is very applicable to us, right? Which one is blood found in egg? In an egg. Okay. A common blood. By the way, any questions on what we say so far? Before we continue to X. Okay, then continue with X. A common blood problem. A common blood problem is blood found in an egg. In previous times, hens were raised in close proximity to roosters, and many eggs were fertilized. In those times, if blood spot, either red or black, I personally never saw black, not only red, was found in the egg, it was a sign that embryonic development has begun. So before that, you can eat it. So okay, can you tell just looking at the egg? I don't think so. I don't think so. No. So you have to open and see if it has these blood spots, black or red. Depending on the part of the egg, on the part the blood is found, the egg may be forbidden by Torah law. Okay, so blood is not good, but it depends what part of the eggs. What does it mean? If egg was mixed with other eggs, the entire mixture may be forbidden, right? So if if they mix and make, I don't know, like a cake or something, right? And you know there is a blood, right? It was black in one egg, even though you use 7 eggs, right? This since it's forbidden by the Torah law, so the whole mixture won't be forbidden. Let's see. These halachas are discussed in Shulchan Aruch. If an egg with a blood spot was cooked in a pot, the pot becomes treif. Very interesting, right? So of course it's in a shell, does not make a difference. So the whole pot becomes treif, meaning not kosher, and must be kosher. So you kosher as if you cook non-kosher food in that pot. Common custom was and is to check every egg after opening it before it is used. Okay. That's what we do. The problem. So do they do it in a commercial establishment? No. I mean, maybe they check few, but not every egg. The proper manner to check eggs is to open each egg into a glass dish and inspect the egg before putting it in the bowl of open eggs. So you want to do omelet, for example, right? So you do one, you collect them somewhere, right, in one container, but you do one by one in a clean glass container, and so you can inspect it. If one mix an egg into the batter without checking it first, the batter is permitted, since most of the eggs do not have a blood spot. So now, I mean, he switches the gears. So now we're doing like after the fact. Since most of the eggs do not have these blood spots, I mean, in all my life I found maybe not too many, maybe 20. That's it for all of the checking. Right, so it's not a lot. It's it's not so much, right? So meaning what? Meaning that most of the eggs, maybe less than 20. I don't know. And most of the eggs do not have blood. So after the fact, so we go by majority and we say, okay, just continue eating. If 3 eggs were cooked together and one is found to have blood spot, the egg is discarded, but the other 2 eggs may be eaten, and the pot need not to be koshered. So that's a special leniency, right? 3 eggs were cooked together, so blood was found in one. Of course, we discard that one, but other two are good, no problem. And the pot is not is still kosher. So that's why when we cook eggs, for example, you need to cook eggs, so we cook minimum 3. Okay. Accordingly, many follows the custom and always cook no less than 3 eggs together. So that's the thing. Don't cook 2 eggs, right? 3 eggs. Today most eggs are from hens. That are raised without rooster being present. These eggs are infertile and cannot produce an embryo. Nevertheless, one sometimes finds a blood spot in an egg. These blood spots do not indicate the fertilized egg. Rather, they are created by the rupture of the blood vessel in a yolk surface during the formation of an egg, or by similar accidents in the wall of the aviduct. Okay. Therefore, when one finds a blood spot in an egg today, one need not be concerned that the egg contained an embryo. The concern is only for the blood itself, which is forbidden. The utensils in which the egg was cooked is unaffected, since it always contains 60 times of volume of the blood spot. Okay, so let's try to review this piece line by line, and we're going to explain, because it's a clear instruction what should we do today. So today there are still eggs that it could be fertilized. All of this organic and cage-free, whatever this eggs, right? So the expensive one they could have, and when we bought like organic, I think I said like one time it was more than enough. We had to throw out like half of the, not half, like maybe out of dozen, maybe 4. Maybe I had to throw out the 4 eggs. So it was like 4 or 5. So it's like too much. First of all, they twice of the price, and plus it's too dangerous, right? So well, one more time. Today, most eggs are from hens that are raised without rooster being present. So even though it's not like fertilized eggs when descend from this, but still it might be blood, right? So since we're not sure if it's first fertilized, not fertilized, we throw out. Okay, it's better be on the safe side. These eggs are infertile and cannot produce an embryo. So that's like the best way you buy an egg, buy like regular normal eggs without all of these crazy things, right? Without organic, without cage-free, without all of these things. Just normal eggs. But by the way, you do not have to have kashrut on eggs. So even without kashrut, on some of them there is OU. I saw many times, but whatever we have, you can buy. There is no problem. It's paref, so egg is not meat. Okay, so continue. Nevertheless, one sometimes find a blood spot in an egg. So even in this regular one, these blood spots do not indicate the fertilized egg. So that's which is good. So because as we said, this simple one, like straightforward, like eggs, they are not fertilized. Rather, they are caused by the rupture of the blood vessel in of the yolk surface during the formation of an egg, or by similar accident in the wall of on this wall of aviduct. Okay. Therefore, when one finds the blood spot in the egg today, one need not be concerned that the egg contains embryo. So, okay, the concern is only for the blood itself, which is forbidden. The utensil. So, okay, 3 things that we learn from here. So, we're talking about regular eggs that were produced without roosters, right? So whatever the blood spot, so it's never an embryo. Okay. So the only problem is a blood spot itself, not the whole egg. So if it were in these olden days, or these fancy schmancy eggs, right? It's actually an embryo. It's actually an embryo. That's the issue. So that's why the whole egg is forbidden. But here it's only partially forbidden. This blood spot is forbidden. The utensil in which egg was cooked. So if it's in raw, there is no problem. So whatsoever. Somebody just asked me, like, I'm not sure. The person was confused. I said there is no problem whatsoever. It was like a person saw blood while checking. There is no problem. So the only possible problem could be with the blood while you're cooking it. That could be an issue, right? So, but continue. The utensil which an egg was cooked is unaffected. No problem. You cook this egg with the blood. Since always contains 60 times of volume of the blood spot. Okay, so of course the water and the egg itself is 60 times more than blood. So this taste from the blood did not go into the spot vessel walls. Continue. Nevertheless, contemporary poskim rule that any egg in which one finds blood should be discarded. Okay. So technically, so after the fact, you can eat it, right? But properly to discard it. So after the fact, meaning what? That you did not check, or you boiled them. Okay. If an egg was mixed into other eggs or into batter, so in a batter, how can you check, right? As much as an egg as possible, as much of the egg as possible should be removed, and remainder mixture is permitted. I mean, if you just if you did not mix and you see the blood spot, so you try to remove as much of the egg as possible. Okay. Even if the actual blood spot was lost in the mixture may be eaten since the blood is bottled, nullified. Okay, so let's read this piece again, and we're going to explain, because we're going to continue with very important details. What exactly do we do? So on one hand, we said these simple eggs, they're not fertilized, so technically you can remove only blood spot and that's it, technically, right? But nevertheless, he said, contemporary poskim rule that any egg in which one finds blood should be discarded. That's what we do, right? So you check and you discard it. And as I said, like, it's a tiny percentage compared to the eggs that we use, like tiny. But you never know. You never know. Especially like maybe when you buy eggs from different companies with different brands, you must be very careful. If the egg was mixed into the other eggs or into the batter, as much of the egg as possible should be removed. So meaning, as we said, you did not blend it yet, so try to remove with a spoon as much, you see that the blood spots are around all of the eggs. Okay. Must be removed, and remaining mixture is permitted. So as we said, why? Because strictly speaking, there is no problem whatsoever. Even if the actual blood spot was lost in the mixture may be eaten since the blood was bottled. Okay, so it was accident. So it was not that the person planned for it, as we learn in our Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. It's not. It was accident. So after the fact, no problem. It was nullified. Nowadays, blood spots are rare. Less than 1% of all eggs produced have a blood spot. I would say, I don't know, maybe even less. Oh, okay, but 1%, but still there is possibility. So okay. In addition, all eggs candled with the modern techniques, such as electronic spotters. Very interesting. And most eggs with blood spots are removed. Very interesting. Therefore, halachically, one may not require to check eggs before use. Nevertheless, the custom is to require that all eggs be checked before use. If food was prepared with unchecked eggs, the food may be eaten. Many scrupulous individuals do not eat food made with unchecked eggs. The custom of cooking and at least 3 eggs in a time halachically no longer required. However, many continue to follow this custom. So in our house, yes, we follow this custom. These 3 eggs, even though we try and in many things, even though they call it stringency, it's so easy to do. It's not require you something extra. So there is even if you buy if you cook extra, somebody in the house would eat it. It's no problem. So let's read one more time, and we're going to explain. So one more time, the big idea. Yes, today there are leniency if you buy regular eggs, but still we try to go by our custom, what we usually do. And plus, you never know what is going on. You never know. They give chicken different foods, this and that, give them shots. Okay, so we if possible, we check. So if you're going to boil the eggs, there is no way for you to check. That's when you can rely on leniency. But if you make it like omelet or something, right, or you use it for bacon, for sure, it's a must. It's easy. Anyway, you have to break the egg, right? So you must check. Okay, so let's read one more time, and we're going to explain. Nowadays, blood spots are rare. Okay, we said that. Less than 1% of the eggs produced have blood spots, right? And plus, we said it's not embryo. In addition, all eggs are candled. So, okay, candled. You see, I was surprised at the word candle. What does it mean? So it's maybe X-ray or something. With the modern techniques, such as electronic spotters. And most eggs with the blood spot are removed. So basically, they are. The way I understand, even for non-Jews who do not carry the blood, not blood, even there's no prohibition for them to eat this blood. So even if they see the blood in the omelet, I don't think they would be happy very much. So they're going to stop buying. So that's my guess. So it was not done because of the Jews, right? But because of the general populace. But I guess those just a guess. I never looked into it. These eggs that have OU stamps, right? They probably go through the more scrupulous checking. I guess double checking maybe. I don't know. I never looked into it because, as I said, if you want to buy with a kosher stamp, yeah, that's good. If this egg's not available and where you shop, yeah, you can buy without, no problem. Continue. Therefore, halachically, one is not required to check eggs before use. Okay, halachically, we said. Nevertheless, the custom is to require that all eggs are checked before use. So, is it obligated? No. Do we do it? Yes. If food was prepared with unchecked eggs, the food may be eaten, right? But as it says, there are many scrupulous individuals do not eat foods made with unchecked eggs. So me personally, I never met a person like that, but it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's not like I talk food to people, but I guess these people would never go to restaurant unless the owner is very God-fearing person. And they would check before buying. They would check, ask him, "Are you checking all of the eggs?" But with a commercial, in commercial environment, how can you check all of the eggs? It's you need a separate employee just to check eggs. Or in bakeries, how many eggs they use? I don't know, unbelievable amount. The custom of cooking at least 3 eggs. At the time is halachically no longer required. So we said that, but guess what? However, many continue to follow this custom. So as I said, not obligated, but since it's easier to implement, so that's what we do. Okay, and plus it's following the tradition. So we have this tradition for many years. So now when we try to abolish tradition, it's not good. Okay, continue. All that has been said refers to simple blood spot. At times, one may find an egg that is completely bloody. I saw pictures. Me personally, I saw pictures. Somebody sent me pictures, but we never saw in real life. completely bloody. In this case, he must be concerned that since an egg is unusual, perhaps it came from a hen that was near a rooster. A Rav must be consulted. So of course, I mean, it's not a big deal to kosher your vessel if you cook these eggs or something, right? Continue. So I will, you see, this rabbi would not know. And I'm telling you right now, he would not know. He would need to call these kosher authorities, like a kosher agency, whoever, OU or OK or whatever is it, right, and ask them for details. And and we would need to hear their answer. So to hear their answer, just so we know. So sometimes some inquiries that I send them, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, nobody replied to me. Sometimes they go like simple things, 2-3 days they reply. So if you want to wait for all of these things for a long period of time, yeah, you can do that. But otherwise, just throw out and stay on the safe side. Today, many health-conscious individuals use fertilized eggs. That's you see, that's the issue. These eggs must be treated with all stringency noted above. Sigras Maishe, Minchak Yitzchak, Avadia Omer, and all others. Okay, so discuss this issue. So all these health, these eggs usually much more expensive, much with health-conscious individuals. Okay, so my suggestion: don't buy them. Okay.